Animals in the wild have been known to help, care for, and even adopt the babies of other animals if the situation is just right. But does that strange compassion extend to human babies as well? What would a wild animal do if it stumbled upon a newborn human? Would they simply claim it as lunch? Or are animals hardwired to care for the young, no matter what species? Place a human baby in view of a hungry lion, and their reaction is interesting to say the least. While most people laugh and think the playful interaction is adorable, there's a reason why that Perspex glass is there in the first place. Given the chance, any hungry lion would make short work of a baby or infant child. The lion isn't aggressively attacking the glass, mainly because an infant poses no threat. This swiping and pawing is the same behavior you see with cats and mice, and we all know how that ends up for the poor mouse. It doesn't even matter if you have a lion costume on. You aren't fooling anyone. You're just a Happy Meal in cosplay. Some call this behavior playful, but one swipe and those kids are toddler toast. Okay, so maybe that was a bad example. Surely there are animals out there that are swayed by our cute baby faces. Primates are our closest living relative and recognize the difference between human adult and child. When presented with a newborn baby, mother gorillas are often fascinated and gently observe, waving and trying to connect with the baby. There have been documented cases of apes showing extreme tenderness and care toward human children, like the 3-year-old boy who fell into the gorilla enclosure, or the silverback who protected a 5-year-old boy who fell into the enclosure, and even gently went away to allow human rescuers to descend into the pit and bring the child back up. Other primates are also likewise subconsciously bonded to human infants, like in the case of John Sabunya, a Ugandan man who was a toddler when his mother passed away. Instead of being taken into care, the boy ran away, seeking refuge with a group of vervet monkeys. John would spend more than 2 years with the troop, learning how to search for food as well as travel as a group. He recalled how the troop of monkeys protected him, sheltering him from the rain and comforting him when he was upset. But what about man's best friend? Could they do the same for us and maybe even raise us from birth? Well, apparently they can. An abandoned toddler in the Ukraine was rescued and adopted by a pack of feral dogs, where she lived amongst them for 6 years. They fed her, protected her, and when she was discovered years later in 1991, she acted just like a wild dog. The expression "raised by wolves" may not just be the name of a science fiction miniseries either. Marcos Rodriguez Pantoja was born in 1946 in Spain, and at the age of 7 was abandoned by his parents and promptly disappeared. 12 years later, now 19, Marcos was discovered living amongst a pack of wolves, howling and snarling aggressively at the officials who came to help. He eventually learned to walk, talk, and function as an adult, and would often describe fondly his time with the wolf pack that loved him so dearly for so long. There's a reason dogs, and even wolves to an extent, are our beloved companions. Like humans, dogs are extremely social creatures. They're also equipped with a strong pack drive, which in the case of your pet dog, includes you. If a dog is tightly bonded with your family, they'll often be fiercely protective of a new baby that's brought home. Dogs are highly attuned to our emotions and will know to be gentle and calm around human babies, especially in the first few years. They'll watch the child grow up and will often form a strong connection with the child, giving benefits to both baby and dog. Studies have also shown that interacting with dogs raises levels of serotonin and dopamine, the feel-good and relationship-building chemicals. Okay, so what about our other favorite furry friend, the feline? As you probably guessed, cats are notoriously aloof. They'll either love you or hate you, and it's a flip of the coin which cat you're going to get on any given day. Despite that, introduce your cat gently and gradually to a new addition to the household, and they'll be ignoring them like they do you in no time. In fact, cats are way more interested in human babies when they're still inside the mother. That's right. Did you know cats can be more accurate than take-home pregnancy tests? Owners have documented cases of their cats uncharacteristically nesting on their bellies weeks before a pregnancy test confirmed their suspicions. But 'tis not just pregnancy they can sniff out. On the other side of the coin, cats have been shown in clinical studies to be able to detect when someone they're familiar with has cancer. Okay, so steering away from pets, what if I told you that king cobras can be the best babysitters? Well, you'd probably call me a liar and report me to the local authorities. Don't worry, I agree with you. There's no real danger to that baby, but it is an interesting way to find out if your son is Hercules. But it's not just primates, dogs, and the occasional hypnotized snake that can show tenderness to human babies. There's documented cases of feral children being raised by sheep, goats, cattle, even ostriches. But why would animals show kindness to a human infant? Why would they even care, let alone raise it? Well, it comes down to how cute we are. Stay with me here. What's the first thing most people do when they see a baby? Most people react like your grandma. There's this instant, overwhelming, caregiving feeling that can't really be put into words. But why is that? Well, it turns out that all animals, humans included, have an innate biological urge to protect the young of their species. It's called Kinderschema, or child scheme, first theorized by Austrian biologist Konrad Lorenz. It's triggered in our brains whenever we see a cute baby's face, even if we've never seen one before. In a 2008 study, volunteers had their brain activity scanned while they were shown a selection of faces. Some babies, some children, some adults. Researchers found that completely different parts of the brain were active when looking at infant faces. When a picture of a baby flashed before the subject, additional areas in the orbitofrontal cortex, the emotional area responsible for reward-motivated behavior, lit up. This response was quick, too. A mere 1/7 of a second, meaning it bypasses all conscious decision-making and elicited a response almost instantly. But we also get the same feeling when we look at the face of a puppy or brand new kitten. According to scientists, we're hardwired to respond to cute faces, or faces that have proportionally larger eyes and mouths relative to their often round faces. It's the reason your favorite anime character has eyes half the size of her head, or that Snapchat filter makes you look a little bit cuter. Having said that, different animals have different levels of Kinderschema, and even the cutest baby won't override the lion's need for afternoon tea. All in all, I wouldn't rush out and get an animal babysitter for your newborn just yet. While they might be compassionate towards your little ones, they definitely won't be winning the Parent of the Year award anytime soon. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like. And if you're not already subscribed, please hit that big red button right now. See you next time.